Jacob deGrom threw his second bullpen today of the spring. So did Shohei Ohtani, Jeff. And it appears that all systems are go for him to be available to make his very first start as a pitcher for the Dodgers this season.
Yeah, and it's still going to be a while, though. I mean, while he's throwing and throwing somewhat hard, it's a process. I don't know that he's spinning any pitches yet. That comes later, and then he'll get built up, and then they may cut him, shorten him down for a bit, a spell, and make sure everything's good for when he goes on the rehab assignments finally. And I just can't envision them doing it strictly in like simulated games and whatnot. I'm sure that's one way to do it, but those are some long simulated games, and you're not facing a wide variety of hitters when you do that either. Now they are major league hitters, whereas rehab assignments aren't major league hitters, but the approach in the minor leagues is different, and they see a big name starter from the big leagues come down and they would just want to tear him apart and they swing at the first pitch and all that stuff. But he needs to get the feedback. He needs to be in a game environment where he has to go cover first base. Sim games, there's a ground ball to first base. It just goes into right field because there's no fielders. So there are things that he needs to do. He needs to back up third base, for instance. He needs to be able to do that, and he needs to be able to fight with an umpire, not fight, but try to figure out their strike zone. So just things that a rehab assignment would help. So I think that's in the offing at some point. It's just going to be tricky to do, but good for him. He can be really good when he pitches. He's had some stinkers. When he was pitching for the Angels, that one, I guess it was 21 or 22, Jonah Heim kept taking him deep, and had a friend in Japan wanted me to write a story about Jonah Heim, the Ohtani killer, and Jonah didn't care for that term. So, but anyway, he's going to be good, but again, I do wonder the toll the pitching will take on his offense. I don't think he's going to have another 50 homer season, because he has to divide his attention between pitching and hitting.
Yeah, the chances of another 50-50 year, not good. But again, you're getting so much out of him as a pitcher. I mean, you're right, there were stinkers, but when you look at the body of work, he's got significantly more strikeouts than innings pitched. And I think his ERA is only hovering just over 3 for all the years that he pitched. So yeah, this is a really good pitcher when his arm is healthy. But to your point, Jeff, we're still a minute away from that arm being fully healthy, which is one of the reasons he has not been named as the opening day starter when the Dodgers play the Cubs in Japan for opening day on March 27th, I think it is. But
it's before
the Cubs, it's before that. Yeah, because we're the 27th, aren't we?
Right.
So it's, whenever it is. 20th, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, that's the first game of the Major League season. It'll be in Japan. And that the Cubs have named their starter. And it's Shohei Ohtani. And if Yamamoto starts for the Dodgers, which is expected, it would be the first time that two Japanese pitchers face each other on opening day in Major League history. And by the way, in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
The Yamamoto thing, I think, is a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
I don't think they let Roki Sasaki, I already forgot his name, do it.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun. The crowds will enjoy it. And of course, a reason why those two teams are playing in Japan is because they have Japanese players. There's no way around it. The Rangers, John Daniels, after Darvish was injured in 2015, TR and I went out. We were in Seattle. We went out to a bar, and JD joined us, and after a game, and JD said, "Yeah, we were going to go to Japan, but then Darvish got hurt." So I was like, God dang it, because I really
Really?
wanted to do
Yeah.
that. You fly. Teams who've done it, riders who've done it in the past, you fly with the team. You pay, of course, to do it. You don't get to fly for free, but you're just with the team, and it just makes everything better. But I would love to experience Japan, not on my dime. That's the big thing.
Yeah, I did it once. The Cowboys played there, a preseason game many years ago, and I got to go on that trip, and that was super fun. Tokyo is an amazing place, so I'm with you. I would hope we'd get an opportunity at some point, but as of right now, I mean, again, that's another reason we were kind of fingers crossed about Sasaki. You figured that would have led to one of those, but it didn't. But it's interesting that it is such a global game. And there's talk of, playing even more of the global overseas games as we go forward, not just in this sport. They're talking about it, of course, in football as well. So, and basketball is already doing all that. So very interesting, the international scope, and as the social media channels and everything grow, the world shrinks. And so everybody is sort of becoming homogenized in these sporting activities. And again, as much as we like sports, that ain't a bad thing.
We all silly like the mayor.